Well, since the New Year holidays are over, what do you say we get on to something that, well, frankly, could affect you and the city of Fort Wayne? What is it? A casino. That's right, the casino talk is about to start up again because down in Indianapolis, the committee that kind of votes on this kind of stuff has approved a bill to go through the House so they can vote in the House about, well, putting a casino into Fort Wayne. Now, this is not the Rising Sun Casino we were talking about in southern Indiana. They came up here and went into New Haven, and hey, New Haven, we're going to put a $500 million casino in your town. And you're going to make a boatload of money that you can use for all sorts of stuff. Your schools are going to get money. Everybody's going to get money. Why, you're going to be rolling in dough. $500 million. But apparently, well, the people in New Haven, there was a group who didn't want the casino. And yet, no politician in the county of Allen, in the New Haven area, would even support bringing up this bill into the House. It took a representative down in Huntington to introduce the bill into the committee, but the head of the committee said, we aren't going to hear that bill. So effectively, moving the casino from Rising Sun, the southern part of the state, to New Haven was a dead issue. Why? Because they wanted it somewhere else. So shortly after the committee voted not to have a casino in Fort Wayne, they said, let's have an independent group appointed to figure out where the best places to put a casino would be in the state of Indiana if we're going to move Rising Sun. Well, where are we going to move it to? So the bill was passed and a company was appointed, to do a study on Indiana. And they found 3 locations. Well, 4 locations when you think about it. 4 locations. One was Auburn, Indiana. Woohoo! Wow, Auburn gets a casino. The trouble is, the Miami Indians up there in South Bend have got an exclusive area, and that exclusive area runs right down there next door to Auburn. Probably ain't going to happen. Then they said, well, okay, how about Eastern Indiana over there by Richmond, that area? Let's put on their state line. Apparently that's not going to work. Then they went, okay, how about north of Lafayette, right next to the new Buc-ee's or whatever they're going to be building up there? All right, and finally they said, how about downtown Indianapolis, right in Indianapolis itself? And strangely enough, it coincides with the shutdown of the Circle Center Mall to have it rebuilt to the tune of $500 million, which is exactly what the Rising Sun said they were going to spend in New Haven. Okay, all those issues were going on, but now, well, Mayor Sharon Tucker, your mayor, my mayor, said, we need a casino in Fort Wayne. And she went down to the state and testified in front of that same committee saying, hey, the Indians here, they got land over there in the northwest portion of Allen County. They're going to be building a casino and we won't get any money. Indians get to keep all the money. We got to stop that. And you know what they said, years ago, they said the casino wasn't going to locate. Well, it did, because they're intimating that, well, everything the Indians are saying, everything the casino tribe is saying, well, we're not going to build, is wrong. And they're accusing them of essentially lying. Hate to say it, but that's what they're accusing them of. So, the bill that she was pushing to get a casino in Fort Wayne was passed through the committee. Yep, bill was passed through the committee. Now it goes to the full floor of the House, and they vote on it. And if they like it, they send the vote over to the Senate. Now the Senate's got its own bill going on in there, and the Senate bill says, well, we're going to just move the Rising Sun Casino. So we got 2 different situations here. We got the Rising Sun Casino going to a new place in Indiana, probably downtown Indianapolis. That is my guess. But the mayor of Fort Wayne wanting a separate number, I think it's number 15 license. Fort Wayne get it's a brand new casino, not one moved, brand new one. Now where would they put it? Well, there's been talk of that. Talk about, well, downtown. Where the Omnisource dump yard was, the scrap yard, would that be a place to put a casino? Well, it's 25 acres. Yeah, you could say maybe. But casino owners want to be near interstates. They want to be where lots of people can see them, not coming into a city downtown. They want to be where a whole lot of folks that drive by get off the interstates and open their wallets to spend money. Where are places like that available? Well, possibly southwest, near the airport exit ramp where the new DuPont hospital or the new IU hospital is going to be located. Well, man, that's a possibility. But there's a spot up there in northeastern Fort Wayne where 69 and 469 now come together. There's land in that area that, well, just on the south side, on the east side of the interstate, that could be developed. Don't know. Anyway, these are all suppositions right now. But here's not a supposition. There's the mayor wants the casino. And there's the county commissioners want the casino. Why? They say it's going to bring in money. They need the money. Well, there's a group out there, a coalition that has come together that says, hey, wait a minute. We don't need a casino in this town. We've done it quite well. We turned one down in 2009. Remember that? Trying to get a casino before we went. No, that was turned down. We don't need a casino because, hey, we don't need more gambling addicts. Well, here's the deal. You folks in that particular standpoint say we don't need more gambling addicts. I'll show you what you can gamble on right now. I can take this out and I can go to various websites and I can gamble my buns off. I can become so in debt gambling on this thing, doesn't matter. So someone who has a predilection to gambling, they already got away because the NFL says, hey, go to your phone and start gambling. ESPN, go to your phone and start gambling. Gambling's available on your phone, folks. So that whole thing about creating addicts, they already exist. But could it bring in money and people want to come in and spend their money? Will the city possibly make money? The answer to that question is yes, they could. But this new coalition, this new group that's formed says, okay, you want to do that? Let's put it to a vote. That's the crux of this entire thing, folks. Let's put it to a vote. Should we have a referendum in Allen County whether people want a casino, yes or no? Pretty simple question. When the mayor was asked about that, well, I realize people want a referendum, but, says the mayor, all that's going to do is slow down the process. As in, it's going to happen, and all you're doing is messing up what we're doing because we're going to get ourselves a casino. But a referendum would say whether people want it or not. Ergo, the mayor does not want a referendum. And to be honest with you, even if you get one, I'm not sure you can or will, but is the city and the commissioners and the Chamber of Commerce, yes, all these organizations. But then suddenly a new organization popped up I was very surprised about. It was an anonymous organization. They said in their thing, hey, we are professionals. We're, business professionals, finance professionals. We don't want a casino, but we can't tell you our names because we'd probably lose our jobs. Now imagine that. You've got people in this town that are afraid of losing their jobs if they say, we don't want a casino. Well, that's basically what's going on. That's where we stand, folks. How will this thing turn out? Will Fort Wayne and Allen County get a referendum? I don't know. Will the mayor and the county commissioners get their wish and say we're getting a casino? I don't know. And if one does come, well, is it going to be a brand new one? I don't know. But we're about to find out. So now you know where we are in the casino. Should we have a referendum? The answer is yes or no. And you need to contact your representatives and let them know whether you want it or you don't. Because that's the only way things are going to get figured out once and for all. And that's what I know. And now, that's what you know.